Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, dear listeners. This is COMENSA Radio Africa, the voice of COMENSA, the organization everybody wants to be associated with. The mind, the journey, the destiny. We apply our mind to the journey that takes us to our destiny. That is our philosophy. We talk about the plugged and active mind, the sharing mind, futuristic mind, and inquiring mind. It's about the journey that we are enthusiastic about as we promote our ideas. We give our ideas as we learn. We retain and invest our earnings and our ideas, and we search for new opportunities on this journey. It is about the destiny that, when achieved, is signified by productivity and profitability in our life practices. It is signified by the social responsibility and caring for each other. It is signified by growth and sustainability, renewal and survival. So what is the radio doing? We inform and entertain. We develop and educate. We empower and support. We associate and network. That's the idea. We are a business and professional management services 24/7 internet streaming radio station. We broadcast both music and talk shows. Our objective is to use the African storytelling and Lekgotla conversation methodology in offering career coaching, education and learning guidance, continuous professional development, enterprise and entrepreneurship development coaching, and of course connecting supply to demand. Our talk shows aim to affirm and support business professionals and entrepreneurs in their personal and professional journey of bringing difference to the world. My name is Sam Zima. I am a CEO and executive business coach at COMENSA GOC International. Visit our website, which is www.comensa-goc.com. The principles that we use in this radio are the same principles that we follow at COMENSA GOC International, and they are win-win approach, holistic mindset, competency development, demand for accountability, ethical and inclusive practice, and progressive transformation. You are welcome to take membership and be part of this journey, either as an individual and organization, at COMENSA Friends and Supporters Club, NPO. And all that can be done online at www.comensaclub.africa. Of course, you're welcome to send us email at callcenter@comensa-goc.com. At this point, I want to welcome Colleen Qvist, who is my guest. She is from the CQ Consulting, and of course, a very well-known volunteer administrator or practitioner with coaches and mentors of South Africa, COMENSA. But today we are talking to her on her own personal and professional journey. Greetings, Colleen, my sister.
Hello, Sam.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I hope I have introduced you well.
Indeed you have, yes.
There was a little bit of a tongue twist. There was a little bit of a tongue twist with your surname. I always have that challenge.
My surname is Danish, so people tend to trip over it and forget that QU is an English rule. So when my surname is QV, it's because it's not English.
Wow. Say it again, QV.
Well, yeah, with it being, it's pronounced Qvist, but with it being spelled QVIST, people all seem to think, no, but it should be QU. But that's an English rule, not a Danish one.
Wow. So if it was going to be QU, you will be Quest now. You'll be related to Richard Quest of CNN.
Yes.
Wow, okay. But you are Afrikaans.
No, I'm English. I'm English speaking.
But you're English.
Yes, I'm English.
Why did I think you are
Afrikaans is rather
Afrikaans?
horrible.
Why did I think you're Afrikaans? Je praat niet Italië.
Ik praat niet die taal nie. Ik kan dit goed verstaan, maar ik praat niet.
Je praat niet. Maar waar is je groei geworden?
I grew up really in Kempton Park in the East Rand.
Wow.
I'm an East Rand girl.
You see, Colleen, the stereotypes in us. Everybody white is Afrikaans.
Yes.
That is the stereotypes.
Yes.
That's the stereotype, but we need to get it out of the way.
Yes.
I work a lot in Afrikaans environments at APSA and SASOL, and sometimes I still have those stereotypes. But South Africa is very diverse.
Yeah, and I think we do have the unconscious bias. We're automatically assuming, oh, Colleen must be Afrikaans. No, Colleen isn't. Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong in being Afrikaans. I mean, that's South Africa,
No, of
isn't
course
it?
not.
That's South Africa, and there's nothing wrong with me being Mopedi or somebody being Xhosa and Zulu. But I think there is only one common thing that we all share, and that is we South Africans, and we have the baggage of this history that is defining South Africa, and the responsibility of rewriting the script, isn't it?
Yeah, no, totally. And I think it's very important that we all come together and sit around and talk. Without judgment, because unless you understand where another person is coming from, you cannot understand their story.
Yes, and you and I, we are guilty of having related to each other very much on a professional level only.
Yes.
And today is that opportunity where I'm going to drill down.
See, now in the real world, if you weren't drilling down, I would drill down on you too. but the thing is, I'm your guest.
Yes. It's the beauty of the COMENSA Radio Africa platform, because I always say to people, we call it an interview because it just makes it easy for me to explain myself when I invite people, but we don't interview, we enter into African conversation the African Lekgotla way.
Yes, Lekgotla.
Which is very similar. Come again?
That's how I first met you.
You came to Lekgotla.
Yes.
Yes, which is very similar to I always mention, she's my favorite, Nancy Klein. She came up with this famous time to think, which I, when I looked at it very closely, it has all the features of a Lekgotla. Self-respect, giving each other space, allowing each other to say what we want to say, and sticking to the topic before you move to the next one, and allowing the person who's on the floor all the time to exhaust their ideas.
Yes.
Yes, lovely. And then I was right to say that your company is called CQ, which is basically your initials.
That is correct. CQ came about because a friend of mine, we were sitting there and he was saying, okay, what's your company's name? And I said, well, and he said, no, you have to have a name. And then he said, okay, well, we've got IQ and we've got EQ. Why don't we try CQ?
That's beautiful. Which actually stands for cultural intelligence.
Yes. So we didn't think about it as cultural intelligence when we were doing that. He was just saying CQ as in Colleen Qvist, yes.
You see how the fate sometimes...
Beautiful.
So you and I, we are neighbors. We live in Ekurhuleni. Kempton Park is part of Ekurhuleni, but our listeners are from all over the world. So perhaps let's just talk about, maybe before we even go there, checking in. We are coaches, you and I. We must always check in. So how are we doing? Body, mind, and spirit. Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you.
Wonderful.
I find that it's been difficult times, and I've been supporting people in difficult spaces from a client point of view. So it's important to fill up. I'm well, and I'm blessed, and I'm grateful.
Beautiful, beautiful. Who is Colleen?
Colleen is a very great friend to know, actually. When I look at it, I think, I myself as a friend, although that might sound crazy. But yes, I think I've done the self-awareness to realize that I'm a very loyal person, very friendly person, but also somebody who holds people accountable. So sometimes I'm seen as very strict with boundaries, but they're always the same strictness and the same boundaries.
Now, I see you as a very principled somebody who has strong values, who knows what you want, and yes, some people will regard that as strict when they don't fall within those parameters.
Yes.
That's accepted. But how was it growing up in the family of the Qvist in Kempton Park? Your youth day. We are very interested in that because we believe that the foundation starts with the early childhood development.
Okay. So Qvist is my married name, so I grew up as a Skinner.
Oh, yes, okay.
That was my maiden name, and I've got a brother and parents, and we spent many, many years of my life. In fact, I got married from my home when my folks moved to Cape Town. I ended up getting married, and we are a very close family, but we're not a family who live in each other's pockets.
And growing up in the South Africa of those years, and then looking at the South Africa of today, what are the things that stand out for you, good or bad? The good, the bad, the ugly.
Okay, so I think from a family point of view, we're still the same close family. We still have the same values. We are all a family who, I was raised by a mom who said someone has to do it. So, my mom has always been involved as a counsellor and with SPCA and Red Cross and child welfare, and also we've always given. We were like, even with guide dogs. And, I said to her, Mom, why do you do this? She always said someone has to. And so I think that has also played a big part in who I am. In that you need to give, you need to be part of a community, you have to have an abundance mindset.
Lovely. And in the African tradition or the African culture, we are very big families. And it strikes me that, yes, in the white culture, they are big families, but they are not really as tight-knit as Africans. Is that the case?
I think what happens certainly in my family, I can't speak for all families. Certainly in my family, we have done things that have suited us. And even now, with my husband and my daughter, we have our own family rules, our own family traditions, and we've never been the type of thing, but you have to. I certainly was raised in a family where you had to go to church, and you had to whatever, those kind of things. And I think as I've grown up, it's almost like you've got to choose as opposed to being told that you have to do things.
And this character of being principled and being clear in what you want, was there something instilled in you or you picked up along the way?
I think it has been instilled in me, and certainly it's grown. And, I've got a daughter who's 23, and, I always used to say, oh, she's so much more out there than me. And then she was saying, yes, Mom, but you're more out there than Granny. So it is something that has just got more and more. But we have always been our own people. We've been raised to be our own people, and my home did not do gender specific, or you can't this or you can't that.
Yeah. And did your education start with going to kindergarten, or you like us?
No, I started with primary school.
Yeah.
So I went to Elim Primary in Kempton Park, and then I went to Sir Pierre van Ryneveld, which is the high school in Kempton Central.
So you are like me. You have not experienced kindergarten.
No, I
feel like I missed. I'm very jealous.
Yeah, no, I never went. We were always blessed in that my mom was a stay-at-home mom. Although I think, if I remember, my brother went to creche. It's a long time ago now to remember the details.
Yeah. But if you had a home mom, then it's as good as being at kindergarten, because I'm sure she will teach you some few things, how to write and how to read.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
My mom has always been a very involved mom and very,
And what profession did she have?
My mom has always, she's always been volunteer,
Yes.
but has worked in the more counselling, worked for family life, did marriage preparation, but also worked with children in child welfare, for instance.
And your dad?
My dad has always been in sales. From a sales manager, sales director, CEO, he was always on that side. And when you look at my career, I basically have done both sides of them.
Yeah. And they're both still alive, eh?
Yes, they are.
You are
Unfortunately,
blessed.
my dad had a stroke nearly 3 weeks ago, and but he's recovering well.
Wow. It's a blessing to have both parents still around.
I'm very blessed in that my folks are young. I mean, my mom is 73 and my dad's 77. Yes, it is a blessing to have both parents.
And the recovery from stroke is coming well.
It is coming well, yes.
No serious damage done by that.
No, he's going to a rehab program this week.
How did he take it?
Well, it's been interesting, with not having visitors. No one's allowed in the hospital. So I just wrote an article on LinkedIn of just what it's like from a family point of view of not being able to visit.
Yeah, and you only have one child, so I met her before at the Lekgotla as well. She doesn't look like she's spoiled by the grannies and but definitely she must have indulged in that love that grandparents always give to their grandchildren. Yes,
my parents have been brilliant at making sure that each of their grandchildren feels like the only one. And although we've never lived in the same province since I got married, I've never lived in the same province as my parents.
So you said they are in the Western Cape?
No, they're in KZN. They moved to the Western Cape when I first got married, which was nearly 27 years ago.
Yeah.
But they retired down the South Coast, so they're in Pennington.
And they own property there?
Yes, they're in a retirement village down there.
I see. So what will you say when you grew up, the chores that still stand out as those that, the parents always discipline us by giving us tasks.
Yes.
Which tasks did they use to discipline you with?
Okay, so I remember, for instance, in being on holiday, and then my mother would say, okay, we had to wash dishes. And then we go, oh, Mom, and then my dad would say, oh, never mind, Louise, I'll do the dishes. And then, we'd be gone with our friends. So my dad, in a way, has spoiled. And my mom has always said, no, they need to learn accountability and responsibility. And so, even when we were older and still living at home, my mother used to collect her rent. And a lot of parents would say, oh, no, they'll give the rent back in years' time. My mother said, no, you pay rent.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a ridiculous amount. It was very reasonable. She put her hand out every month to say, pay your rent. Yeah.
How will they discipline you if you've done something wrong?
How would they correct us if they'd done something wrong?
Yeah. How will they?
I grew up with hardings.
Is it?
Yes. But it was always very much, I grew up in a home where my mother meted out the punishment. And when my dad came home, it was done and it was over.
And she will tell you why you're getting in hiding.
Yes. And then she would, or my brother would run away or hide under the bed. And she said, he's going to come out sometime. He has to eat. Yeah. So, different times now compared to when you can't smack.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Not, I think maybe with a slipper, but never with a belt or anything like that. And it was never abuse.
So which culture influences your family? You said did you say Qvist is what, Irish? Did you say Irish? Or what did you say?
Qvist is Danish.
Danish.
Okay, that's my married name.
Yes. Oh, sorry. The Skinner are what originally?
Skinners are it's a whole mixture sort of, because Skinner comes from the McGregor clan from a Scottish point of view.
Yes.
But not necessarily something that we've brought in.
Yes.
I would say I'm actually South African. I'm just
Yes.
plain old African,
Yes.
and I'm very African.
Yes. We often not really think about it that there are South Africans that have a culture which they cannot align with any particular of the European cultures, and then they cannot even align it with the South African's culture or any of the African cultures. It is just their culture.
Yes.
But which church did you go to?
What do I go to? Church? Oh, I grew up Anglican, but I married Methodist.
Yeah. They are all Christian churches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What also happens is like when people have, let's have Heritage Day, let's dress up and then I always think, dress up in what? Because there's nothing that comes to mind as to, as being traditional or my heritage, especially in clothes.
And any childhood friends that you're still in touch with even today?
Yes, I have school friends that I'm still in touch with, and also certainly who come from my primary school days, and it helps now, of course, having Facebook. But yes,
you are recollecting them now.
No, my primary school friends have always been there right from the beginning, and then I also have a varsity friend who is still around. She actually lives very close to me.
Yeah. Were you a good we don't call it student. What do you call it when in high school? You are a scholar, or what do we call them?
Yeah, it was a pupil in those days. You were a pupil or a scholar or a...
These days we just say learner. Were you a good learner?
I was a good learner. I was an academic.
Yeah.
I was also the type who had the honours blazer and all that kind of thing. But I've never really conformed to rules. I've always been seen as good.
Yeah.
And when you're seen as good, you can do anything naughty in between.
You pay your school fees by being well behaved, and then you can do everything. And before we come to the academics, were you active in extramural activities and in sports, or in general any other non-academic activities at school?
Okay, so extramural, my friends and I were always interested in that. We're always trying to escape sport. But along the years, we tried different things. We did netball for a season. We did softball for a season. We ran away and sang in the choir. Well, not that I sang, but we did in the choir for a season. We also went into our state events and did poetry. You do choral verse. So that's also featuring. I'm sure there was something like debate along the way.
Yeah.
But never really been a great sports person.
Yeah, but so your focus was more on the academics.
Yes, a lot more academic, a lot more cultural. Whereas my brother was the sports person.
Yeah,
he was in every sport, did everything, knew everyone. Yeah, he had a network of note from when he was a little boy.
Are you very different?
Okay, I wonder. I think we are very the same in that we have the same values and the same upbringing and the same things that are important to us. And but I suppose no, I wouldn't say we're different. Yeah. We're different in, like, I went to university and he went to UNISA. He always worked. And I think I was a brat that I was thinking, if I don't have to work, I won't go work. But right from when he was little, he pushed trolleys at one of our shopping centres, and so he's always earned his own money.
Yeah. And so which subjects did you do in high school?
Well, in those days, English and Afrikaans, maths, French, science, biology, and then I also did computer science.
So you didn't take commercial subjects?
No.
Yeah. Did you have any idea of what you wanted to become, or it was just because they were prescribed to you?
No, well, I was going to be a doctor. That was what was in my head. But when I applied to university, I didn't get in. And so then it was like, oh dear, lots of tears. Yeah. And then I went and did a BSc in biochemistry and genetics with the idea of getting into medicine the next year. except what I did is that I studied the same way as I had done at high school. And, also leaving things for a week or 3 days or that kind of thing. And then realized that if you at university, there's too much work, and if you don't understand what you're doing and you can't apply it, there's not enough time. So I ended up failing 2 subjects in first year. And that was a big learning curve for me.
Yeah, we'll come back to that, because I'm very, very interested in everyone's various transitions and from high school to university, and we want to know why certain things happen, because we're using our story for other people to get very nice career guidance or educational guidance. And so you did get the matric university entrance grades.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So that was in 1984.
Yeah.
I did matric.
Yeah. Okay. And in my area, in my situation, we used to be told that there are certain things that need to wait while you do matric, like sports. Do little sports because it takes too much of your time. Don't get involved in arts and all other things. And at this point, when we transition, we always say that when you get to the university, you get shocked, because those things are part of your curriculum in terms of your life at the university. They may not be academic, but they're actually taken very serious, because a university is almost like a microcosm of the society. And you find that what you've been told is contradicting what, when you get to the university, you find there, and you just get confused.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you agree that tend to become a problem? Eh?
I think for me it was about not necessarily just focusing on one thing. I've never really believed that you must, only focus on one thing and cut out everything else. But what happened is, in my day, I learned parrot fashion and didn't learn how to apply, what I'd learned. And I think also, I look at how my daughter has studied totally differently to me. And hers has been very much understand and apply it, and now we're done. And he still remembers it years later, whereas I'd be like, it would be out my head in a few days. And also, where someone said, for her, they changed the exam date, and I would have been a basket case, where she's like, what's the difference? What day it's on? And I'm thinking oh, how different, child, how different. Yes.
Yeah. For the benefit of those who are listening to us, because we want to, and I'm glad you bring in that these are different times, but some certain things do still apply, and we, at COMENSA we built this thing called release concept. When we got frustrated with the students and the young people we were mentoring, and we get told that parents tell them, you must stop playing football, now it's exam time. Or you must stop going to the rehearsals because it's exam time. And then we came up with this release concept, which we use it to inform the matriculants before the graduates from high school before they go to university to understand that when they get to the university, that becomes the way of life. And the release concept is nothing else but an acronym. The release stands for recreation, entertainment, including music, leisure, education, art, including culture, sport, and then the last E is for environment, including community. And then we are saying that is a model we use to prepare you to master what we will call study life balance. Yes. And I always say that if somebody gave me something like this, then I think my years at VETS would have been wonderful. But I was totally confused because I just couldn't balance these things, and I couldn't understand, So it's a real area of need in preparing young people going to the university. And from a coach point of view, I'm sure you will encourage that.
Yes, I see now with working with medical rep students that they battle with, but I've got to work, and I've got to, and I'm a parent, and I'm a partner, and I'm trying to get all the studying in. And it's a balance of you need to see how many hours there are in each day, and which hours getting what.
Colleen, from a coaching point of view, it is my passion to or interest of mine to develop and I mean, you'll tell me you work very close with coaches at COMENSA.
Yes.
There's a lack of people who choose just to specialize on education coaching, especially when it comes to transition stages to stages. We have people who are giving guidance and all those of things. But will you agree with me that is an area of need in terms of coaching?
Yes, I definitely think there is an area in that yes, definitely. Yeah, from a point of view of helping people in an education space.
Yes, because sometimes if the students get it right, the parents may not agree. And if the parents get it right, the students might be having other influences that are contrary.
Yes.
So
I think that's also why our business schools have also now said students need to have a coach.
Yes.
And, I mean, I know when I did my MBA, it would have made a huge difference if I'd had a coach. Yeah,
absolutely. We're going to come to that because when we come back from break, I want us to talk about your post-matric studies and the post-university studies. What did you study and why you studied what you studied? And of course, until we'll arrive at the point where you are now, and so that we can connect the dots and map the path that Colleen followed. You didn't just drop from the heavens. You were a project of your own.
I was made.
Lovely. Let's take a break and then we'll be back.
Okay.